Hey everyone, welcome to the first New Year's live stream of 2021. My name is Tanya and this is my writing realm, and I'm going to welcome Story Tyrant with us. Hello, Story Tyrant.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good. I just can't find you.
You can't find me?
No, you vanished.
Like, on your screen?
Yes. Oh, there you are.
That's awesome.
No.
Oh, that's great. Well, first writing stream of 2021, and Story Tyrant cannot find me. That's okay. Most days I cannot find myself. I'm just going to play around with this here a little. Right. So I think I'm going to put a 5-minute timer on. I think I actually have to click share screen first. Just get your application. Here's all my timers. I'm going to put a 5-minute timer on, and in 5 minutes, we'll start our first writing sprint. So if anybody is watching, feel free to leave a comment in the live stream chat, and we shall add you to the screen and have a conversation, because it's fun having conversations online. I've decided to double up on caffeine today, and I'm good to go. This is all tea.
Yorkshire Gold for me today.
What's that, sorry?
Yorkshire Gold tea for me today.
Yorkshire Gold. I have a Tetley Orange Pico.
Yes, Yorkshire Gold Orange Pico. I think Orange Pico.
So, yes. So what are you writing today?
I'm not writing. I'm editing. I am editing Blood is Black, which is supposed to have been published like 5 years ago. So it's got to go. It's got to go out into the world. I have to let this baby be born. That's
awesome. That's exciting. I think this is like a good year to clean up old projects and to actually accomplish some stuff. I know for myself, last year was all about learning the self-publishing process, getting the YouTube channel going, building the website, really establishing myself out there and getting ready to get something out in the world. And now I am back to square one, and I'm back at my budgeting book.
You're not at square one. You're not.
No, not at square one, but
you're so far ahead.
And back to the early years, one of the very first projects I was ever working on that I never finished. So I've got my budgeting book set up, and I'm also going to work on preparing my YouTube channel's the playlist. So I'm going to plan all of my YouTube videos that are going to be leading around this budgeting plan. I think that was a really good idea that you and Orlando had last night, instead of making it just a published book. But I think I have to do both, because the plan was always to do a book or an ebook.
Yeah, I still think do the channel, do the do it as a playlist, do it as a parts, right?
Yeah.
Notes, and then once you have a demand for the book, then publish the book.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'm not saying don't publish the book. Neither of us were saying that, because we will, once you have demand for it, yeah, people are going to want it.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, because I did a lot of work on the planning, and I've got like a whole system laid out. It was just the application aspect of it. I think I was stressing too much and putting too much weight on that, and I have to back off. So, and good morning, John Finch. Thank you for joining us. Fitch, sorry, I said that wrong. So what are you working on today, John? Are you working on a story? Tyra is working on editing, and I am working on planning some budgeting videos for my Automating Your Budget ebook. I don't really quite have a settled name on it yet, but the concept is to learn how to analyze your spending habits and all of your bills and your income, deciding how you can save for all of your bills, which income it's coming out of, how to automate that on your online banking, and then how to put it into an Excel spreadsheet, and how to modify your budget and set up recurring payments, that kind of stuff. So that is my plan for today, is planning my YouTube videos that gives the actual tutorial on how to set up the spreadsheet. And that'll go on my Nerdalific channel. Yes. I feel very long-winded. I'm suddenly out of air from talking so much.
Oh no.
No, just joking.
Caffeine hit. A caffeine hit.
I need a caffeine hit. Yes, here. I've got 2 and I'm ready to go. John, do you have your caffeine ready? Or whatever it is that you prefer to drink during your writing? Good morning, Deborah Gallo. Hey,
Good
sis,
morning.
what's shaking? And John Finch, yes, a story set in technically advanced future where people still have pretty primitive skills in regard to love. Ooh, that sounds interesting. I like it. Yes, thank you. I've been working on this project for 11 years, 10 years, 10 years. Not really working on it for 10 years, but I started it 10 years ago. Guess what that means? Oh, I have to push a different button here. It's just about time to get our first sprint going. And John has his coffee ready, which means we are ready. So everybody's ready. Everybody's got caffeine. Everybody's got their projects ready. On your marks. Get set. Go.
Okay. Hello.
All right. It's time to take a break. I'm going to just put our little 5-minute timer on so we don't get sidetracked. How does this? Yeah, it'll show me. You can still hear the sound. Sorry, I'm just playing with my screen here. Right. So how did everybody do? How many words did you get? I got 288, and I've planned out a full video for my auto budget playlist.
That is good. That is work.
Yay.
I discovered that the version that was converted so that my new computer can read it is the original unedited version, which I'm halfway through editing. And I had to find my old edited version that I was working on, which I just located, which is why I have my little guy here, because my new computer won't read any of the old files. It updated. I let it do an update. It said, "Shall I update?" I said, "Yes, let's update." And then suddenly all my files were unreadable.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm just cursed when it comes to technology, because overall I think I have good luck. My little beastie here is heading into the 17th year, and it's working quite happily. And AJ was able to do something with the Mac so that it's workable. We won't call it. It won't interact with the internet, and it won't talk to the printer, and it won't. Well, no, it won't talk to the printer. It won't do a lot of stuff. It won't even talk to this computer. But the Mac is doable. I can do a file on there as a PDF and take it off, and this new computer can read this PDF. So
crazy. I hope something works out for you. Air hugs. Okay.
To the
John
other
sorry. Go ahead.
John, yes, I'm going to say, what did they do?
140 new words plus some editing. That's awesome. I think editing is such a big pain in the buttocks, and it can take the most effort and focus. So I think that these writing sprints are actually really great for editing, because it allows you to have that geared down, focused period of time. Then you can kind of take a break and walk away for a couple minutes and kind of refresh. And yes, the time did fly by. And hello there. Thank you for joining us. Just got lots of writing to do today, so thanks. Yes, no problem. I think that these live streams, I'm going to do them a little bit more regularly. My plan is Sundays at 9 a.m. Central. It might not be every week, though, depending on our schedule. We're kind of waiting for hockey to restart here. So once that restarts, my schedule's kind of up in the air. But I normally will try to schedule it on Friday or Saturday for pre-schedule it for the Sunday morning. So if you're not sure if I'm doing one, you can always check the channel on the Friday or Saturday and see if there's a live stream scheduled. And I'll also share it in the Facebook AuthorTube group. So you can always check there as well. So I'm hoping we can get some more good words in and some editing, and I hope you can figure out what's going on there, Tyra. That's terrible.
It's just frustrating. That's all.
Yeah, I understand. I also took some more advice. I discovered that my computer's hard drive isn't as big as my previous computer, and so now we've purchased an external drive from Amazon, and it's coming in the mail. So I do have one external drive, but it's like a small portable one. It's 2 terabytes. It's great, but I need a backup, and I can't have all my files on both because I just don't have enough. Like, I can't have copies from the 2 terabyte flash or external drive on my computer because there just isn't enough space. So I'm looking forward to getting that in so I can save it as just my backup. So, yes. Make sure you back up your files and keep more than one copy, because as Tyra knows, yes, she's had some very bad luck, and I think that that's one of her biggest pieces of advice, is to back up all your work. And when you've completed something, even if you're not planning to publish it, one of Tyra's other suggestions, I know I'm talking for her, but you tell him, what do you do with your stuff even if you're not publishing it? You say you put it physically?
Yes, you print it off, you put it in a binder or however it is you like to store it, and you put it where you can physically see it. So depending on the kind of motivation you require, and you'll know yourself. You can put it where when you sit to write, you can look up and see a shelf and say, these are things I've completed. Doesn't mean you're publishing them. These are things you've completed. So I used to have the Snake God Sister and several other binders sitting over there. Then over here, I just rearranged things.
We're being told to get back to work. We will continue this topic when we get back from our next writing sprint. You can keep going if you want to. I'm just being an ass. All right. Is everybody ready? Editing, visions, and revisions.
Yeah.
I like that. All right. On your marks. Get set. Go. Okie dokie. That sprint is done. How did everybody do? I'm just gonna, oh, wrong one. Let's get the 5-minute timer going so we don't get sidetracked. How'd you do, Tyra?
I gave my key to Curtis. He's going to send me the correct version of Blood is Black, and I started editing Lake Effect.
Oh, that's good. At least you had something else that you could switch to, so you're still productive. This is good. How did you do, John? And I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. I think it's Mary Cossett. I got 215 words in my video plan for the budgeting series, so this is good. I'm working on video number 3. Yay! So we were talking about backing up our work. So Tyra, what method do you use to back up your work?
I use we have a Drobo for the house, so everything's backed up on the Drobo. Then I had, because it's apparently I fried it somehow, a backup like you have, the kind that are you plug in and plug out. You could take, what's that called? The 2 terabyte drive that you can carry around with you. What's that called?
Oh, you're just talking about the USB drive?
Yes. I had
thumbnail.
one. I have
thumb drive, not thumbnail.
Yeah. Okay. But I also do a paper copy. I don't. A lot of people say don't do a paper copy. I like doing a paper copy, especially when I've actually done a completion of a project. So I'm not talking about the final completion, because I'll do another paper copy when I'm really happy with it.
ODT is correct.
Oh,
I got confused.
Okay, so I'm just going to put John got 210 words, and Mary switched to the newsletter stuff. That's good, though. Hey, you're still productive, and that's the important part, is you're getting something done. And Better Days Zellers, good morning. Hello, and welcome to Tanya's Writing Realm. It sounds so official. Welcome to Tanya's Writing Realm. It's actually kind of fun saying it. Anyways. Great. So, so what do you use for your newsletter, Mary? Is this for your author business, or I think you're the ghostwriter. I might be wrong on this one, but I believe you're a ghostwriter. Please correct me if I am wrong. Yes. So, yeah, backing up. So I have multiple subfolders, and I was only using this external drive, the plugin, the 2 terabyte plugin one, the little one. I was using that as my main source of where all my files are, and I didn't have any backup. So I started using my computer, but again, I ran out of space. So I bought a new external drive, and it's in the mail. MailerLite. I've heard a lot of good things about this. I haven't tried it myself, but that's one of my New Year's resolutions, is to test out MailerLite. So I have a website, and I was thinking that I need to set it up through the website, but I could be wrong. So if you have any input on that, let me know. And yes, the ghostwriter. Yes, I actually just recently found Mary's channel, and I absolutely love it. She's such a great personality and so fun to watch. So if anybody hasn't checked out her channel yet, pop over there. Hello, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Al. Al. Hey, Al. Just joking. Okay, so MailerLite, highly recommended. I've had probably about 3 people tell me this. And yeah, I think I definitely have to test this out. I know that a lot of people talk about MailChimp, but I think that their costs have gone up. So a lot of people are kind of veering away from MailChimp. So yeah, I'm going to test out MailerLite. Maybe not this weekend. I go back to work tomorrow. But otherwise.
Me too.
Maybe that's like by the end of January thing, I will look at setting up my MailerLite account. So yes, let's try that. So we have 30 seconds left. Take a deep breath. It's almost time to get back to sprinting. Let's sprint together without leaving the room. Okay, I'm having too much fun with this. All right. Maybe I need to drink some more caffeine. I don't know if this is even warm anymore, but it is a Hockey Mum travel mug, and it's kind of like a Yeti, so it works really well. It sounded like a sales pitch, but it really isn't.
I need something like that to keep my tea warm because mine's getting cold.
Yeah, I'm on tea number 2. I've microwaved this one like 3 times because I don't drink it fast enough. I'm a sipper. But this is great. I really recommend getting one of these. All right, let's get going back to productivity. And 20 minutes on the clock. On your marks, get set, and go. Okie dokie. Pencils or fingers down. Do you remember that, going to school and your teachers would always say, pencils down? Anyways, yes, so let's put a 5-minute timer on so we don't get too sidetracked here. And welcome to Mr. Kent Sean. If you haven't checked out his channel is also awesome, super fun. I love the music, the kids, they're hilarious. Love it. I love how the whole family gets involved, so you really got to check out his channel. He's doing an essay exam for class. Yes, well, you're still being productive, so that's a good thing. How many words did everybody get? I think I got 456, which was actually very productive.
I got through 5 pages.
Ooh, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
You feel like it's going really well, or do you feel like you're trying to make some big decisions, or?
I just feel like it took me so long to get going. But I feel like I'm behind now. I know I'm not. I'm where I am. I need to not think that way, but I feel behind.
Aw, that's okay. Don't feel that much pressure. I mean, we'll try to keep this going as long as we can and be productive today. My teachers usually say, put down the chainsaw. That's awesome. You sound like, I think that you and Tyra would get along really well. 290 words. I speed up with each new sprint. See, that's great, because then you start getting into this rhythm, and then you get these ideas flowing, and you just kind of go with it. I'm not being very creative right now. It's about this budgeting plan, so I'm kind of using my ebook that I've written in rough draft and making it into bullet point form notes to make these the tutorial channel, or the tutorial videos for the Nerdalific channel. So I don't feel like I'm being super creative. But 300 words on psychogenetic research methodology. Those are some big words. Psychogenetic. I'm interested in knowing exactly what psychogenetic research is. That's what I would like to know, because that sounds very interesting, and like it would be very good in like a sci-fi book or something. Great. So what about, was it Miri? Are you still here? And how did you do with your newsletter? And who else do we have here? We have Kent, we have John, we have Miri. Deborah Gallo, are you still with us? Hello, Deborah Gallo. And so for those who don't know, Deborah is my sister. So she is watching to support, and I don't know. Are you being productive, Deborah? Are you getting anything done today? Back to my tea, because caffeine is good. Right, so I started this new thing. I don't know if you've watched the video on my channel, but I started something called the Author Tuber of the Month. So the Author Tuber of the Month is just my way of kind of advertising for other AuthorTuber channels and to help support them, and also to help my subscribers find other AuthorTubers that they can enjoy. So this month I selected Scarlett Cole, and yeah, her channel is great. She's got some best-selling work out there, and she's got some publications out there on the market. She's got a lot of information, so check out her channel. Scarlett Cole. I'll just put her, I don't know if I can get her channel link here. Maybe I'll see if I can find her channel link. Yeah, so feel free to chat while I find her link here. Okay, here we are. Scarlett Cole, and let's put her channel link here. So this is Scarlett Cole's channel link, which you can find in the chat. And here is how she spells her name, in case you prefer to just search for her. Yes, so please go on over to Scarlet Cole's channel and check out her stuff. She's got tons of information on writing and publishing. Yeah, she's got a great ideas. All right, it's time to get productive. We have no time left to sit here and chat. So get back to 20 minutes on the clock. Are you ready? Let's be productive together. 3, 2, 1, go.
sure what that's about. Anyway, yeah, you gotta be up. I'll see if I can figure out.
Okay, time is up. All right, how did everybody's writing sprint go? Did everybody get some words in, get some editing done, work on your essay? 5-minute timer, 4-hour break. Okay, so I got 543 words. Oh, I'm on a roll today. I'm going to get all these videos planned out and have the budgeting series recorded hopefully in the next week or so. Right. So, how'd you do, Kent? Did you get some work done? John, what's your word count? Are you still on a roll? I'm unmuted, dude. Sorry, my son's talking to me. Halfway done with my exam. On to transgenic animal testing. Ugh, that's interesting. Sorry. It's quite the funny response, hey? All right. Miri, 517 words. Holy moly. You're on a roll just like me. Mr. John, 250 words. It looks like, you know what, you are very good at keeping like a steady pace. Every time you join us, it's like you have like the set amount that you do on the same day on every sprint. And I think that's absolutely awesome. I'm not as good at that. I kind of fluctuate. Like I start with 200 and by the end I'm at like 550. It's like this increase of, you know, being productive. 600-ish words. Had to stop and do some reading. That happens, yeah. But 600 words is really good in one sprint, so you're doing great. No, it isn't. John Finch was an awesome MMA fighter and wrestler. John Fitch. I keep saying your last name wrong. I apologize. It's Fitch, not Finch. John Fitch was an amazing MMA fighter and wrestler. That is interesting. Laura, hello Laura, thank you for joining us. I'm editing my novel and I'm in the middle of a word cull. I'm minus 304 words. I'm just going to consider that 304 words is still 304 words, whether you add or lose. I don't know if that's considered cheating, but hey, you're editing, you're being productive, and I think that that is absolutely awesome. How's Tyra doing over there?
Tyra had to run the facilities. Actually, I'm doing good. I'm now on 231, page 231.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're on a roll. Boop, boop.
I'm just getting my tea hot, though, because it was very cold. Hot tea.
Not a wrestler. I'm a different, though hopefully amazing John Fitch. So what is everybody's, I'd like to know this, what is your 2021 goal? Or even what is your goal for the month of January? I think making goals is important, especially at the beginning of a new year. For myself, it's cleaning up some old projects, and I'm starting with this old budgeting book, which is turning into a YouTube series on the Nerdalific YouTube channel, where I'm going to show how to analyze your expenses, how to create a budget workbook in Excel, and how to set up automatic and recurring transactions with your online banking facility. So it's also going to be an ebook. So that's something that's been hovering over my head for far too long, and I'm looking forward to getting that done. But I'm also hoping to move forward with my high fantasy and really start getting my second author name out there. Published 2 books in 2021, May and December. Oh, I like that you have a timeline. Now I'm wondering, are you self-publishing or are you traditional publishing? I haven't tried traditional myself because I'm kind of like, I don't know if I should say this out loud, but I'm kind of a control freak and I like to have the full control over my creative process from start to finish. I like doing my own covers. I like doing my own editing other than hiring. We have an editor that we use that Tyra and I use locally, and she's great. Yeah, I like the process. I like the process of doing it myself. I would like to get through half of my edits done by the end of January. That's a great idea. That's a great goal. Editing is like this huge thing. Now, I don't know what your editing process is, but have you heard of ProWritingAid? ProWritingAid is super awesome. I became affiliated with ProWritingAid because I'm kind of like in love with it. So I'm just going to pause this for now. I'm not going to start the next sprint just yet because I want to share this with you. I have an affiliate link. So if you're interested in checking out ProWritingAid, I am starting to release some tutorial videos over the next couple of months. The first one comes out next Saturday, just kind of talking about what ProWritingAid is. So this is my affiliate link, and I'm going to give you a coupon code. This is a 20% off coupon code if you are interested, which might save you some money. But basically, ProWritingAid is this super awesome tool that helps edit all of your grammar, your repeated words. It gives you kind of a report on the quality of your writing, and it really helps. So here is the affiliate link, and here is the 20% off coupon code. It's going to be in the chat, in the live chat. So if you're watching this after it's been aired, you can check that out. I will also add it to the description. It might be there already. I'm not too sure. Okay, John is working towards finishing and publishing 3 books and a collection of stories this year. So I'm thinking that if you're going to be doing that much work, maybe this is stuff you already have written and in a rough draft or in the process of writing. That's an awesome goal. It sounds like a lot, but I wish you the best of luck. Self, I want to own my stuff. I got an agent a while back, but the process soured me on traditional publishing. I already hired a designer and an editor. See, that's awesome. Yes, that is absolutely wonderful. I'm not against traditional publishing. I just feel like I just enjoy the self-publishing process. I like to have full control, and I don't want somebody else to own the rights to my work. I'd like to be able to control, where I'm publishing it, who I'm selling it to, how much I'm selling it for, what my cover looks like. I have hired one cover designer. He is great. He is more of a graphic designer, though. Like, he's not experienced with like book cover design. So I'm beginning to find that for myself, I'm either going to get like, those free pictures that you can get online from like Unsplash or I think it's Pixels or something, not Pixels, but anyways, there's a few websites you can get some free pictures. Or also I might just hire a digital graphic artist so that I can get the pictures that I want, but then I want to do the cover design myself. Now, I haven't done a print book cover design myself yet, but I do all of my own ebook cover designs. You're welcome. Check it out. Yes, written as drafts already with some significant parts finished. That's great. At least, you know what? I don't know about you, but when you have like a lot of backlog of work and it kind of becomes overwhelming and you get into this full-blown editing, overhaul because you have so much, that's where I'm at now, because I have so much backlog saved up and archived that I really need to start pushing myself to edit. And it's like 11 years worth of writing thrown into a file, and I finally started publishing some of it. So 2021 is going to be major editing. I want to go traditional, but I've always designed my own cover, which I love. Yeah, see, that's going to be the hard part, because I could be wrong, but my understanding is pretty much all traditional publishing companies want to have full control over your cover design. So you don't really have, maybe Tyra is probably more experienced with this than I am, or more knowledgeable about it. But do you have anything to say about traditional publishing and the cover design?
Yeah, their marketing department determines everything. You get very little say, if any. Some in the contract, some will give you an approval or disapproval of a cover, and you usually get 3 refusals of a cover, and that's it. But then again, you got to be kind of high up there for that, even to get that option. So they're not doing it for a first-time author.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I would miss that control.
Good to remember, though, they have marketers who are hired, who have degrees, who have years of experience, and whose only job is to sell the product. So
yeah, that's true. I'm still new at it all, so my covers are probably not near as good as what they could be, So that's a good way of looking at it too. And you have a wider audience. My designer also does marketing research on books in my genre and breaks down the cover strategy. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's what my first mistake was ever. Number one, I hired a graphic designer who was not experienced with cover design, but he was very talented. He did a great job. But I didn't do research, and I'm not sure that he really did either. So I ended up releasing my first few ebooks with covers that didn't make sense for my genre. And then I had to backtrack and redesign all of them. So then I did my own research. I went through Amazon and I looked for best-selling books in my genre. And then I took like a screenshot of all of them of different series, because it's a series, and that's what I wanted, was series covers in the genre that I wrote in. And I took pictures and I pasted it into Word, little snapshots, and I compared all of the series and found what the commonalities were in each process. So, each one of them had like a figure, each one of them didn't show the face, each one of them had something dark about it or some sort of a border, So I think doing the research is super important. Again, I'm not a graphic designer, I dabble in it. So
I would argue that everyone, of course, you can't do it right now, but when the bookstores are open, go to the bookstore, bring a tea or coffee or not, whatever, and literally spend an hour, I do mean an actual hour, looking at covers. And not just in your genre. Look at covers from new releases. If you have a phone with you where you can look covers from the same book released maybe 4 or 5 years earlier, see them, how the covers have changed. And then while you're doing this, take note, pick a book or two in the genre you want to publish and look at customers coming in and looking at it. You literally have 1.4 seconds. It either grabs their attention or it doesn't. And then there's another 7 seconds where they decide to pick the book up. That is 100% based on the cover. But stand there. Don't be too obvious, because he will come over and start bugging you like, what are you doing? Like the staff. I don't get bugged in Winnipeg anymore, unless it's new staff. But anyway, you do this and make a check mark every time it grabs someone's attention. And then so you try to figure out which covers are grabbing people's attention. And then check mark for those who actually walk over and pick the book up. And didn't say they bought it. They just picked it up and looked at it.
That's a good idea. We're going to have to do this together once everything's back open. We're currently in like a full lockdown. So all of these stores are closed and it's curbside pickup only. So it's very difficult right now to see much of this. But I think this is a good New Year's resolution for us as a writing group, is to go out and do this.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. The other thing is trends change. What's popular will come in. It'll be a lot of books will use it, and then it gets too popular, and the customer they all blend. They start to blend. Like, I don't know if you remember, we had a couple of years there where everything was black and white. All the covers were black and white, and then all the covers had a woman's face with tattoos, and then it was her back with tattoos, right? And now you're seeing less tattoos, or you were. The other thing is a cover is not a thumbnail.
Right.
If you're primarily selling ebooks, you need to have a different design than if you're selling print books.
Yeah, that's something I need to learn more about. I've only done ebooks so far, and I considered putting the Red Crime Thriller series into a print book. But again, I feel kind of overwhelmed with that whole concept of figuring out how to design a book cover myself. So again, I would probably have to hire somebody. Well, so paying for an editor is going to be a killer for me. That's the only reason I want to go trad. Yeah, that was hard too. I did find a really good editor that was very experienced, but the cost was very alarming, because it's like, okay, I don't have like a safety net sitting there waiting to pay for an editor. It's really difficult coming out and starting. That's why I went with ebooks. That's why I use ProWritingAid. ProWritingAid is a great first step if you're doing like, short story ebooks where you can't afford to hire an editor. You can temporarily, just for the short story ebooks, use ProWritingAid to improve your writing without hiring an editor. It's not a long-term, it's not intended to be a replacement of an editor, but it can improve your quality of writing just so you get something on the market. Okay. Good morning, Shadow's Lair. I like that name. Actually, that's pretty cool. So, okay, let's see. I have a degree in graphic design, and I know I would be so picky if someone else did it. Yeah. If you know what you're doing, it is really hard to relinquish that control over your creation. I totally get it. Totally get it. I bought ebook, print, audiobook, and social media stuff. Do you mean when you bought, you hired somebody to do like the ebook, print, and audiobook? You know what? I've really considered audiobook, but I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm still learning the process. Oh, sorry, Tyra, go ahead.
Oh, I have the mic and I have the system, the iGarage, whatever it is, something music garage band. I have this whole thing here anyways for doing audiobooks. And every time I've tried to read my book into an audiobook, do it myself, the cats have lost their minds. And I have no idea why. But I had a theory it was the mic. Maybe they're hearing something. But my son uses it in the basement when he's doing DMing, because they're doing it overnight. Right. And it doesn't seem to bother them at all. The cats ignore it then. But the moment I put that mic here and set up, they're here. And they're talking to me. They're not like sitting quietly purring. No, they're meow, meow, meow. Like, are you trying to get into the book?
I know. I have a cat, a dog, and a family. I have, 2 boys here too. So it is difficult. Like, I don't know when I would do it, but I just want to try the process out just to see if it'll work for me. So Kit spent a long. Sorry?
About editing. This is one of the reasons why you join a writers group is you get people with lots of different backgrounds. And also, there's a lot of community message boards. If you're lucky, you could find a retired teacher or someone who's an avid reader. It doesn't mean you take what they say and alter your book. What it means is that you listen to what they say and say, hey, because that's the other thing. When you're getting editing done, paying someone to do the editing, you have to say, okay, what experience do they have? And what is the experience? What is the point of the project? So, for instance, I had an editor years ago, and he was a very excellent man. He was an English major. He was really nice, but fiction wasn't his forte. So he would catch misspellings, or my biggest thing is skipping words. Like I'll skip I'll skip and. I have this thing with skipping words. Anyway, and he would catch all that. But he would also do things like change the punctuation in a way that was illogical for, what's it called? Common usage. So when you're writing fiction, and I'm talking genre fiction, you use common usage, grammar, use common usage, punctuation. If you're writing literary fiction or literary, you do not use common grammar and common punctuation. In those cases, you will use specific to the literary styling that you're going for. So for instance, it's like the difference between if you're doing research on research papers, or you're doing a law, you're citing cases, or you're citing precedent. Well, the way you write and do the punctuation and grammar is very specific. The same thing for literary. And that is why I had this lady, a fantastic writer. She moved, they moved to BC, very nice lady. And she'd written this murder mystery, and it was about 1,000 pages. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And about 260,000 words, if not more. And everything was detailed, everything was precise, everything was wonderful, everything was full sentences. No one talks like that. And I literally told her, I want you to cut 50% of the words out. And she cried. And I said, no, in your case, you have to cut 50% of the words out. And her husband, for as a kind of a gift, birthday gift / whatever, paid to have an editor review her stuff. And he told her, you have to cut 50% of the words out.
That's tough. That's a tough pill to swallow.
It is. It was a good tight plot, but it was so hard to read because everybody sounded identical. Everyone used perfect English, and there was no tension, because in certain types of writing, there is no tension because you're giving information. See, and that makes a huge difference. A genre editor. Yeah, because she was coming from nonfiction and legal into fiction. So apologies.
So the benefit for Tyra and I right now is, you know, at our stage, we actually have somebody that we know personally who has recently taken courses. She's just starting out and she's just getting experienced. And so us hiring her is helping her with the experience, but it's helping us also financially because she's not this big named, highly experienced, sought after editor.
Yeah.
But she's very smart and she loves reading and she loves books and she's affordable. So we're helping her and she's helping us. And it's kind of like we're growing together as a group. So maybe another suggestion, I haven't tried this, but maybe if there's like a local university or college or somebody that has an editing course, you could reach out and contact this university and these teachers and say, hey, if any of your students is looking for experience and they're in the editing class, perhaps they would like to, you know, edit some of my work for a lower cost to give them the experience they need. And then maybe you could offer them some reviews. So once they actually get out there in the world and they start advertising themselves as a professional editor, you have provided them with a review, which is helping them grow their business. And maybe you can build this relationship and grow together.
And you should give them, as well as payment, actual financial payments, because university students need money. They need money. You should
Yes,
also
for
give them
sure.
a copy of the project. So for instance, my first book that I had done, I hired a university fine arts program student. I paid her $300 to do the cover art, beautiful cover art. I told her this is what I want. And she came back with 3 different things. And I purchased one for $300 and she was so excited. She would have taken 100. I said, nope, I've saved, I've budgeted. I was able to do that just because, well, we sold a cow and I had some extra money. Anyway, and I was able to pay her the $300. The thing is, though, I also supplied her with a book, and it went to her portfolio for graduation. It was included
Right.
in, yes. So when you, if
That's
you do choose,
great.
yeah. So universities, young people starting out, teachers. There's a lot of teachers who aren't being fully employed. Others are being overly employed and are exhausted. So don't, yeah. As long as they are reading, and that's the other thing. Our editor reads voraciously.
Yeah.
So
I never thought about the audio side of it. My book is in first person and the MC is from the north of England. Great for me because that's my accent. Oh, that's awesome. I actually, my Nana was from England. She passed away a long time ago, but I miss hearing that accent, you know. We used to sing together all the time. But anyways, I'm going to set us up for one more writing sprint. I'm not sure if we're going to go beyond this last writing sprint. We've been out for 2 hours here. So let's plan for the last writing sprint, 20 minutes on the clock, and then we'll come back and socialize a little bit more, and then we'll shut her down for the day. So yes, let's get back to being productive. But that was a great talk. And I'm sorry if anybody kind of got bored sitting there, but I think it was a really great conversation. You know, lots of tips came out of it. All right, so let's get ready. On your marks, get set, go. Alrighty. Fingers down. I like saying that. Anyways, okay, I'm going to switch us out of this. I'm going to stop the screen share.
Okay.
So, how did everybody do in our last writing sprint? How
I'm
many
only on
did you get?
I'm only on 247, but there was something I had to rework. So I had changed tenses and I had repeated a couple things. What happened is I rewritten a paragraph and obviously had deleted the old paragraph. So I had to fix that.
Well, that's good. That's good. You must feel good to get that part of it off your plate.
So Oscar keeps trying to help me.
Oh, yes. Actually, I don't even know where my dog is right now. Yes, I only got 307 words in this time, but I finished. So I have 8 auto budget videos planned for the Nerdalific channel. I'm actually going to put a little link for the Nerdalific channel in. So Nerdalific.
Do I have to subscribe to it? I think I've subscribed to it. Do I have to subscribe to it?
I think so. Yeah, I think you have to subscribe to it. So this is a new secondary channel that I made, which is going to have tutorials. Currently, I've got Excel on there right now. I have an advanced certification with a college for Excel. So I've started with different levels, the basics, the intermediate, and then I'll be doing advanced. But on this, I'm also going to be uploading an automated budget playlist, which is going to be connected to an ebook that I'm writing, which is, I don't have a set name yet. I'm thinking it's going to be like the auto budget or something along that line. It's basically modern day budgeting and using Excel and online banking to automate your payments and savings and stuff. So anyways, the link is in the live chat below in case you're interested in checking it out. Currently, there isn't a ton on there and it's very new. So you might not find much content, but I plan to upload on a more regular basis going forward. Okay, so John got 280 fresh new words. I like that. Fresh new words. Good job. And the Shadows Lair, 146. So
Good.
what are you working on? I don't think I asked you this yet. What are you writing, Shadows Lair? It sounds like I'm thinking like some fantasy, perhaps.
No bias here.
Yeah, not at all. Says the fantasy
Maybe
writer.
horror. A mystery.
Yeah. 146 words of intense gobbledygook about the medial forebrain bundle. Wow. You have some interesting topics. I'll have to like ask you more about that one day. Say like, okay, what is all this about? Yeah. And Shadows Lair. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it by the name. I could feel it in my fantasy bones. I knew you were one of a kind. Anyways, welcome. Yes. As you can tell by my channel name, Realm, Writing Realm. I am also a fantasy writer, but I also write fast-paced crime thrillers, short stories, and some nonfiction. It's a biopsychology. Jeepers.
So biology affects psychology.
That's really interesting. That actually kind of, yeah, that really interests me for many reasons. I have an undiagnosed medical condition, and I've been looking for 11 years, and I don't know, that really interests me. But anywho, enough about me. I feel like I've got some productivity gone today. I think that you all have as well. You've gotten a lot done, which is absolutely wonderful.
Thank you.
I think I've made myself a goal. Now that while I'm sitting here and doing these sprints, I'm like, okay, now I've got 8 videos planned for this auto budget. Now it's also helped me in how I need to modify my ebook. So now I can finish my ebook, and I'm going to make a goal to finish it by the end of January and get all the videos uploaded by the end of January. So I think that's my January project.
Excellent.
Big goals.
Excellent.
Laura deleted almost an entire chapter. So I'm negative thousands. Oh no. Did you archive this chapter in case you change your mind later, or is it like gone for good? Archiving is a good idea. I think that sometimes those scenes might have had, like, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about deleting it. I'm just thinking that if you didn't delete it, it's a good thing if you put it aside, because you can save it as a reference point for later in case you change your mind or in case there's some information in there that you forgot that you needed. Deleting can be the most progressive part of writing. Yeah, I think you're right. This is how I feel about nano writing. So nano is very rushed. It's very fast-paced. Sometimes the quality of writing is affected. And I find that all of my nano writing needs a lot of deleting and adding. And I think it's going to be a lot of work once I dig into those, because I will be digging into those this year. It's gone for good. I didn't need it, and it was weighing me down. See, now that's a good thing. See,
That is a good
you
thing.
a very good decision then, because if it's something that's bogging you down and stressing you out and bothering you and worrying you, it's better to move on.
Yeah. I like to say when I complete a work, I like to save, even though it's not edited, I like to save a version of it. I like date when it was finished, date when it was started, date when it was finished, date that it was completed on that date, not yet edited. And any notes or feelings I sometimes will even add to the end.
Right.
Like for Blood is Black, my big question, my first copy was, this is horrible. But my second one was, this is going to be a series, ?
Oh, don't you love that? That's like the first ebook I ever published was Red Leaves. And it was meant to be a singular story to test out the self-publishing process. And it turned out to be a 5 short story ebook series. And it wasn't planned. It went from 1 and then it went to 3. And then I'm like, no, it has to be 4 because there's 4 seasons. And then it turned out to be 5. And I'm like, okay, I need to let that one go now, because it was just a test. This is just a test. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, yeah. So is there anything else you would like to discuss before we end the live stream today? I don't think there's anything. Right, so live stream plan. So I am planning to do more live streams. It's not guaranteed to be every week. It'll be Sundays at 9 a.m. Central. And you'll probably see it scheduled either on the Friday or the Saturday beforehand. So if you're not sure if I have one scheduled, just check out the channel on Friday or Saturday, and you'll know whether or not there will be a live stream planned. Yes, so I think that's all I have for today. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope you feel like you got some work accomplished and you're productive. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever. And don't forget, why be serious if you can be delirious?
Story comes first.
There you go. See you all next time.